Good evening, everybody. It feels like a real treat and a privilege to be here and to listen to all these inspiring stories. And I'm especially pleased to see so many representatives here from Sekwati, members of the SGB, and educators, city here, the young people, full of hope and energy, and also reminds me that I need to set the record straight. I'm actually the youngest. Bindi and Nat, I'm the youngest. Thank you. So I want to start and then invite Snooki to talk about our journey together over the last year. And we meant to talk about our relationship story. And of course, as part of that story, we are going to be sharing also what we've been able to do together at the school. And there's a strong relationship, as I understand it, and I think Snooki shares this view, between the personal relationship and what flows from that relationship. So I've got slides, but it's mainly pictures, you know. So this first slide is about, I was thinking about the way Snooki and I came together. And the analogy of a breach seemed appropriate. And Savantika was that breach in bringing us together. And there was something about the way we were brought together that I thought was captured by this picture. If you can look at the way the breach kind of, it sort of heightens at the top end there, at the center. And it made me feel that the way I need to show up into the partnership was at my highest self, was my best self, you know. And, you know, I think all of us on the side of the business leaders step into this voluntarily. And I realized that when one does that, you know, that you're being called to do work that goes beyond yourself. And it's something about the collective good that is so important, that I feel was kind of sparked in me through the way this was set up and the way you know, we were introduced. So that seemed like an appropriate kind of analogy. This is a real breach, by the way, in Vietnam. And just to build on the breach analogy, I think beyond the introduction, there was this continuous holding of the relationship also, which is true not only of our partnership, but of the circle. And I feel like some of the other partners have reflected on that. So again, with a lot of gratitude to the work that you've done in our circle. Thank you, Savantika. So post that, in the first few months of our relationship, it felt like there was frustratingly not much happening. You know, it felt like, you know, I've been to the school a few times and I can see this great work being done, and on the other hand, you know, there's quite a few things that need to get done at the school, but like, I'm just not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. And you know, I feel like what happened in those first months was sort of a process of two people really just looking and listening to each other, looking at each other and listening to each other really closely, and trying to find our own kind of voices and our own roles in the relationship. You know, what is it that I can offer? What is it that you expect? And how do we navigate this thing in a way that feels right? And that went on for a few months, you know. And in retrospect, I'm so glad that happened. You know, that we didn't just kind of launch into doing stuff, that we spent time building the relationship. And as part of that process, I realized that there's a lot of great work that Snooky's already done at the school. And City Years here, and there's also a relationship with an organization called Life Works, and I visited the school and I sensed the energy at the school, and part of me felt like, shoo, but Snooky's a great leader already. She's done so much. I can see the levels of motivation are quite high. You know, what is it that I can offer? You know, what is my contribution here? And we kind of wrestled with that question for a bit, to the extent that we decided, well, maybe we need to engage the staff, do something which is about staff development, but get more voices into our engagement. And so that was the first thing we did, and that opened up a whole world of opportunity. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to invite Snooky to just talk about some of the things that we did together.
Stand here, you're going to do it. You stand here. You're going to do it for me. Thank you. No, I agree. Good evening, everybody. I'm honored to be here tonight, to stand in front of you and to share the relationship I had with this youthful-looking guy, Mahmoud. Indeed, he is the youngest. I enjoy working with young people, as you can see. I'm very energetic myself, and I love kids. I am a principal, and I'm also a grade 3 teacher, foundation-based teacher, 8-year-old, 8-year-old. So I run, I jump, I do everything crazy with them. But I'm happy. I am a happy person. My name is Snooky Msibi. I'm from Sekwati Primary School, which is in Soweto. And this is my 4th year as a principal in that school. When I joined the school, it had about 150 learners, and it was on the verge of closing down. The school opposite mine has closed, has been closed, and the kids were moved to Sekwati Primary School to actually, increase the role. So I have all kinds of children in my school in terms of cognitive challenges, emotional challenges, and social challenges. We are in an affluent area. However, most of the learners, they are born from the youth who are lacking in parental skills and unemployed, and they depend on social grants, and they drink, and some of the learners actually, they are having families, let me put it that way, and some of them are being taken care of by their grannies. So we are a no-fee paying school. The government does everything for us. Children don't pay school fees, they get breakfast, and they also get lunch at school. Currently I have about 270 learners, so we are growing, not so bad. And I have kids from Lesotho, I have kids from Zimbabwe, I have kids from Mozambique as well. And most of them are illegal. And I also have kids who don't have birth certificates. The parents don't have IDs. But they are kids, and they are there to learn. They have a right to education. I've got about 10 staff members. We're not a big school. 10 staff members, and everybody is passionate and is happy to be in the teaching profession. All my teachers are university graduates, and they understand why they are in teaching, because I always tell them that there's no money in teaching. If you want money, please go to the corporate world. There, in teaching, there is no money. And it's actually worse with the principals, because your salary is based on the number of children that you have in your school. So me, with kids that are less than 500, you can just imagine how much I'm earning. Probably I'm the lowest paid principal among the groups that I'm having here. But that's how things are. We are also, I'm also involved in community projects. I do gardening, food gardening, and I work hand in hand with Woolworths, with EduPlant, with Swiss for Africa, also with Johannesburg Zoo. They actually sponsor our garden, and I also have parents who are involved in the gardening as well, and some of the food that we get from the garden, actually, they help in our kitchen as well. So our garden is being it's sponsored, it's fully sponsored, and there are people who work in that garden, but I still need more people as well. LifeWorks has been my sponsor for years. There's quite a lot of things that they have done in our school. We have cricket pitch, we have soccer fields, we have netball fields as well. They have done some paving in our school, so a lot has actually happened. But I was happy to meet Mahmoud. He's an intellectual, very intelligent and very calm, soft-spoken. He's not loud and crazy as I am, but we're making good partners because we can't be the same. We can't be the same. And when we started, exactly like he explained, that's how things were. But we decided to actually find ourselves as well. So we went for training together. We went for different training together at Linden, where I had to understand who I am and what am I doing in this position, and who is really Snooky, and understand myself and him as well. And we contracted, and then we agreed that this is how we're going to work. This is how we're going to do things. First, we're going to commit ourselves. We're going to be trustworthy, and we're actually going to make sure that we complete what we start together. That was the agreement. And we attended another training at Africa Academy, where also it was about our personal development. There we were actually, they used play therapy. They used play therapy to actually help rediscover ourselves and understand what is leadership and the challenges. After that, then we moved to the staff. And I said to Mahmoud, I've got different leaders in my school. I've got different leaders, and all of them must be part of the training. I've got CTA who are leaders themselves, and they're engaging with learners, and they must understand what is leadership. I've got the SGB who are in governance. They are also leaders. They must understand what does that entail. So everybody was brought together, and then Mahmoud facilitated the training. And it was actually quite interesting, and people were free. It was very interactive. Very interactive. People were free to talk about their experiences. People, we all had the same vision. That was making a change in the children's life. We are not done yet with the training. We still have another one during the holidays. But Mahmoud, because he's an intellectual, he's also meeting with the other group of engineers from East Square, which I'm so proud of them. The photos are not in there. But I've got a CD. It will be played. I've got this. Okay, afterwards. Where is it? You've got? Okay. Right. East Square is a group of 5 engineers. Engineers, they decided to design robots, and that robot was to be used in helping the learners understand mathematics, science, and technology, including language better. And they brought those little robots to the school, to the learners, and as they put the robots on, it's a pity you can't see what I'm talking about. Somebody cheaper. Oh, this is not fair. It's not fair. It's actually nice to see it as explained there. Chairperson, where is the chairperson? I know I've got it.
May I say it's at 8:45?
All right, but those robots. Have you got them there? They're both there. Just go do them on the computer.
It's fine. We'll show
Fine.
afterwards,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Those robots were brought in here as pieces of, it's actually pieces of whatever, and the kids had to put those pieces together and design a robot. They had to put those things, screws and whatever, put it together so that it can be a complete robot. And it also had eyes. And then they actually had to make it operate. It had to move left, right, and whatever. And when I saw those pieces together, I said to myself, really, I don't think the 12-year-olds will be able to put this together. But you know what? That taught me not to undermine the intelligence of the kids. With these children, they can design. These kids are hands-on. They want to see things happening. They want to make things on their own. They want to create their own knowledge. They don't want to be told what to do. Give them the stuff and they'll do it for you. They were able to put those things together. They were able to put those robots together, and the excitement when they saw their own creation moving. Yo, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And thank you to Mahmoud and the young engineers. I thought they were going to be here today, but I'm actually happy and I'm proud, because the grade 7s are now teaching the grade 6s on how to use those robots, and the grade 4s. And the partnership, the Partners for Possibility, actually, to me, it has achieved the intention, because when we were introduced to this program, we were told that we are going to get partners who are interested in education. We are getting partners who want to make education in South Africa better, who want to make learners who are compatible when compared to other countries. I'm sure you are aware, I haven't got the data here, but South Africa, we are not performing well comparatively. Our grade 4 learners cannot they cannot read. That's what the researchers have found out, that our kids cannot read, they are not literate, they are not also numerical, they cannot do maths compared to other countries. So now the partners are coming to help and to actually improve education in South Africa, and that has been attained. Technology is one of the things that is actually needed, and I am happy because we are moving along that route. We are moving along that route, and is the time has passed? Long time. All right, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, but I've got more. But don't worry, you can give them my numbers.